Trattengono tutti il fiato qui all'Old Trafford, è tutto pronto. Parte Shevchenko, destro, rete! Il Milan è campione d'Europa 2003.
AC Milan, historically one of the all-time greats. But somewhere along the line, it went wrong. Financially, Milan were unable to compete with the biggest teams in the world anymore. Another generation of legends aging, and legends aren't easily replaced. Whether it was lack of desire, lack of emotional attachment to the club, injuries, bad attitude, or just age, Milan have fallen, but that will change. That will change today. Hey guys, and welcome back to the AC Milan career mode. It is back, and I've waited so long for this. Genuinely, FIFA 16 was a bit of a meh FIFA, and I quit the AC Milan career mode after 4 seasons, but after a while without it, the hunger to come back was real. And now that FIFA 17 is here, now that you've seen my intro, now that you know that it's back, I hope you're hyped as well, because this is by far my most popular and most enjoyable series on the entire channel, year in, year out. Milan, it's time to bring them back to where they came from, because we know in real life they have been struggling. It's my job, my duty, to rebuild them to what they once were, and that was a European giant. Looking at the board expectations, they're actually relatively balanced. Domestic success, continental success, both high. Brand exposure is the most important objective for the entire club, apparently, so we need to sell shirts and whatever. We need to be out there in the world. Financial and youth development is medium, so I will have to pay attention to everything. I'm going to create my manager, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, this is going to be my manager. I don't know why I picked that guy. He just looks like he could manage in Italy, a little bit older, more experienced, but with my name and nationality on it as well. I'm going to just show you the settings as well. I'm going to play on Legendary. I tried World Class with the Manchester City career mode that I recorded first, and I battered Barcelona 5-0. So I'm actually going to bring the length of the halves down to 5 minutes as well, because it was a little bit unrealistic. In real life, Milan have been bought by a Chinese investment group. Do I do it like in real life, keep it realistic, no transfers in the summer, or am I allowed to make transfers in the summer? There will be a vote in the top right hand corner of your screen, a little eye. Click on that. You have 24 hours to vote, and whatever the public wants, whatever you guys want, that's what I'm going to go with. Considering our current objectives, it is important to be careful when picking the preseason tournament. Our financial objectives are on medium, I thought they were, so we need to bring in as much money as possible to make sure we're safe. The European International Cup in Spain is where we're going to go and have our pre-season. I'm going to play 1 game in this episode. I'm going to cut it short there. In the next episode, hopefully I'm going to wrap up the not the transfer business, but the pre-season tournament, and decide whether we make transfers or not. In this episode, we're going to set up everything, set up the youth scouts, listen to the board and their expectations and whatnot and everything, and have a feel for the team and how it plays like. Starting off with the continental success, they want us to qualify for the Champions League this season, and within 4 seasons, reach the semi-final of the Champions League. I think that's very, very reasonable. We have always won a Champions League in our AC Milan career modes in the past within the first 4 seasons, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We need to obviously qualify for the Champions League this season and reach the quarterfinals of the Cup. I think that's doable. We actually do have a strong squad this FIFA. People underestimate the players we have at the club, but I'm actually quite looking forward to using them. Key player salary growth under 10%. Alright, so when players ask for new contracts, I'm not just going to be able to give it to them. I need to be careful who I renew contracts for, so I'm going to have to be picky with my players. Gain 50 million euros earnings from shirt sales within a season, and sign 1 crucial team, a first team player assigned to a midfielder or midfield position. Right, that's what we have to do. Remember, whether we do that in this window, in the January transfer window, is all up to you guys. Within 2 seasons, have at least 1 player from the youth academy signed in the first season to play at least 50% of the game in the next season. So we need to sign a player in Season 1 and have him play half the games in Season 2. That's going to be interesting. We need to find the hidden gem that can do that. And unfortunately, Donnarumma doesn't count for that objective. So there's a lot of things we need to keep in mind and need to be careful with. Let's set up the youth system first and foremost, because that's always an important part of a long-running career mode. As the youth staff will be an extremely integral part of this club, I'm going to invest in the best scouts possible. Alessandro Greco being the first one, 5-star judgment. The judgment status is the most important. Christian Jacobs from the Netherlands, absolutely brilliant, the perfect scout. And the third one, are we going to be lucky again? I'm going to settle for Kemal Dursun from Turkey, 4-star judgment. That's decent. I'm going to send them out to Italy, France and Brazil. Taking a quick look at the squad, I genuinely think I could make it through the first few months without making any signings. Our front line looks really good. Carlos Bacca, of course, one of the best players in the Serie A, and it shows with the 84 rating. They have given him really good pace, well-rounded physical stats. 88 finishing is incredible. We've got Mai Niang on the wings, who can do a job in striker and on the wings. He's got fantastic pace, blistering pace, good dribbling, good shot power, 4-star skills. Fernandez Suso, the same, not quite the paciest, but really good on the ball. And as a left-footed player, he can whip in those crosses every day of the week. Bonaventura in the midfield, one of our best players last season as well. 82 rating, a little bit underrated in my opinion. He deserved an 83 or an 84 as well. Very well-rounded midfielder, can play on the wings. Matias Fernandez is a 5-star skiller. That's why I'm going to try him out. I know we've got Sosa on the bench, but I want to try out the 5-star skills of Fernandez in the preseason tournament. We're going to experiment and find out how the players play. Kučka in the CDM role, no place for Montolivo, unfortunately, not even on the bench. Desilio, Romagnoli, Gomez and Abate, solid back four and really young as well. Apart from Abate, who in the long term could be replaced by Davide Calabria, I really see a future in this back line, and of course Gigi Donnarumma in net. He's never going to get replaced, ever. Not ever, unless he forces his way out of the club or he's injured or whatever. But so far it's looking good. Our defense is perfect, it's got potential. Our midfield is good as well, actually, to be fair, and our front line is decent as well. I think we have one of the better and most underrated squads on FIFA. I think we can do well. Let's test it out in the first game of the preseason tournament. These are going to be the training drills for the first few weeks. 5 of the youngsters will be trained. We have a lot of good young players at the club, and that's what I'm counting on the youth and the youngsters to pull through. If you're looking for a career mode where I'm buying players instantly to improve the squad and, you know, think short term, then the Manchester City one is probably more for you, because this one is going to be a slow, thoughtful career mode where I take my time and put my faith in some of these players. Gustavo Gomez, Basalic, they're really good players, but in other career modes they may not make the cut. In mine they will. The first game of the pre-season tournament is against FC Porto. Donnarumma in net, back four, Desilio, Romagnoli, Gomez, Abate, the midfield trio of Kučka, Bonaventura and Fernandez, the front three of Niang, Bacca and Suso. A lot of players on the bench that can come on, and I will use all my substitutions at halftime. There's about 7 of them in pre-season tournaments, so that should be a good way to get to know the squad and see who's going to be a key player for us this season. First game in charge at Milan. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. The fans are looking forward to a new season as well. After some poor years, maybe things could be looking up with a young, talented squad and a new manager in charge. Let's take a look at how they fare against a respectable side like FC Porto, who have got a lot of quality in their side as well. AC Milan with kickoff. Can they play attacking and interesting football against a side like Porto, who will assert their dominance? Desilio into Fernandez. Fernandez out wide to Niang. Niang potentially looking for Bacca. Doesn't quite work. Fernandez looking for the pass. It's a good shot. Iker Casillas has to make the save down low. And it's the first chance after 4 minutes already. Good start. Bonaventura with the shot. Milan have something in mind here. Short to Fernandez. Fernandez towards the back post. It's a good ball. But Casillas comes out and closes down the space. Bit of a mistake. Laurent de Poitre finds a man in space, and it's driven wide. First chance for Porto. Donnarumma not tested though. Kučka out wide to Niang. Niang this time with a chance. I tried to hit that first time. Probably should have taken my time with it. Niang, good flick into Carlos Bacca, who tried to find the man out wide. He still got there. Matias Fernandez Lovely little stop and turn inside. Kuchka, Niang, it has to be 1-0. Bacca! 1-0 Milan. And Carlos Bacca, who else to open the score for the Rossoneri. One shot, one goal. It's literally what Carlos Bacca does best. He's got one chance and he's put it away brilliantly in between 3 defenders and Iker Casillas. Good work from Niang, Fernandez and Kuchka in the build-up. But it's the Colombian who gets the first goal of the season for AC Milan. I'm quite shocked by how dominant I have played in this game. 61% possession against the computer. I never had that on FIFA 16. But so far, the formation, the players are doing their job and we're in complete control. And since the team is doing so well, I'm not going to make my 7 substitutions. I'm going to only make 3. Vanjoni coming in for Abate, Desilio going to right back, Homna playing in place of Suso, who wasn't that impressive, and Sosa is getting his chance ahead of Matias Fernandez. Hopefully we can keep up the dominance in the second half and show the world that AC Milan is on the road back to the top. Gustavo Gomez with players putting pressure on him, but he's not fazed by it. He loses the ball, but he wins it back. Milan are playing like Barcelona. It's insane how far up the pitch we are, putting on the pressure. We've lost the ball now, though, and there is a counter-attack on Danilo Pereira, the most impressive player for Porto on the pitch so far. Corona's through on goal. Corona could look for the pass across, and it's banged in at the near post. I was caught in 2 minds. Go towards the ball, go towards the man running in, and it's 1-1 just like that. FC Porto score with the first chance of the second half and the game for that matter. Oh, that's well played. There's a chance again for Porto and it's going to be 2-1. I don't believe it. Brahimi is incredibly tricky on the ball. He just came on as a sub and it shows. I couldn't defend that. The tight control, he turned me completely. And there's nothing Donnarumma can do, and Milan find themselves 2-1 down in what is the law of football, the very harsh law of football. Be on top for the full game and concede 2 shots and 2 goals. Vanjoni still going. Niang offers himself out wide. And Bayern Niang, Iker Casillas towards the back post. It's Homna! How did he miss? How did Homna miss from there? Bonaventura. Bonaventura using strength, hold up play into Carlos Bacca now. He shouldn't be on the wings, but we have no choice. Kuchka into Sosa. Sosa looking to get past Pereira. Not the easiest. Into Kuchka. Kuchka back into Bonaventura. It drops kindly. It's Carlos Bacca maybe. Casillas with another save. Good work by Bacca into Mbaye Niang, who used good strength there. Needs to pass it inside. Now into Bacca. Bacca looking for Bonaventura, but he can't get there in time. And that's going to be the end of the game. AC Milan losing in the first game of the season, but it was oh so unfortunate. Oh, we so did not deserve that. But it is what it is. Porto win the game 2-1. It's only a friendly, but we've seen some good things from Milan. And hopefully we can continue the good play and convert them into results. Because looking at those stats, we played fantastic. I'm going to be including another training drill. I know this episode has been quite a lot of gameplay more than anything, and you probably want to see some other stuff like transfers, but I'm literally tied. I don't know what you guys want to do. I will see by the results in the top right hand corner of your screen where you have voted by now, hopefully, what you guys want me to do. Transfers or just head into the season straight away with this squad, because from what I've seen so far, this team is good. It just lacks a bit of experience, I guess, to beat a team like Porto, but I was impressed. I really was. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.